Hi guys, so I'm just going to do a quick video today to talk to you about donating blood. I just went and donated mine, so I thought now it's probably a good time to go and talk to you guys about it where it's still fresh in my mind. I'm just going to run you through what the process is like here in the UK, because there aren't actually that many videos on YouTube about it. There's footage of people actually donating the blood, but there's not actually that many informative videos, especially not how it works here in the UK. It's different for America and the rest of the world, I'm sure, but I should think the steps are kind of similar because, you know, it's giving blood, it can't be that different. So when you go to give blood, it doesn't necessarily have to be in a hospital, although there are blood banks in hospitals all over the UK which you can go and you can donate your blood. You can look this up online, I'm sure. I donate my blood in the local town hall because that's just where it's more convenient for me. I think it's every 6 months they'll go around from place to place on the separate dates, and you can go and give your blood. When you walk in, for me at least, when you walk in, there'll be a table and you take this form. It's an A4 piece of paper, and it'll just have a load of tick boxes on it, and it'll ask you questions about if you've ever been on holiday, if you've had any sexual partners, if you're on any medication, if you have any like known diseases or anything, just so they can kind of get some sort of medical background. It's just a questionnaire. It's simple, it's yes or no. Yeah. And then you take a ticket and it'll have a number on it, and then you take a seat, and there'll be some seats, and you'll take a seat, and when it's your turn, your number will be called. You then have to go and talk to a doctor who will just check to make sure you are who you say you are. They'll just ask you your name, your address and your date of birth. You get asked this quite a lot just to check, make sure the forms are yours, and so they don't get you mixed up and give someone the wrong blood. So once you've filled in that, if it's your first time, I think you have to fill in an extra form, but for me this was my second time, so I didn't have to do that. I just gave them my card, you know, I just handed this over and they just scan it, and yeah. You get a different card for each amount of times that you do donate. This is 1 to 4. It's my second donation today. So, yeah, you'll get that, and it'll tell you what blood you type. I'm ORH positive, if you couldn't read that. But yeah, you'll get that in the post after you've done your first donation. So they'll give you a form, you'll fill in your address, and they'll send you the details, and you'll get this information pack and why you should do it and whatever. But yeah. So once you've filled in the form, they'll send you out to sit on a different set of seats where you'll be then called to have a blood test. This tests your iron level, and they'll just prick you in the finger. You probably can't see this, but there is actually like a little pin prick. Just stab you in the finger, and then they'll squeeze out the blood into a little tube and put it in this little pot, and you'll go, yeah, that's fine. It doesn't hurt. When it's being done, it really doesn't hurt at all. Last time I had this done, it did bruise quite badly, and that made my finger quite tender, but it wasn't a big deal. And then you'll be walked over to a bed where with the doctor. You've walked over to a bed and you'll lay down. They'll put like a pressure balloon thing around your arm. This will make your veins pop out so they can find it, and then you can look away. You're laying back, your arms is kind of out there, and you look away. I tend to look away just because I'm scared I'm going to flinch if I see it entering my vein, but the nurse will just pop the needle in. It doesn't hurt. I don't know if you've ever given blood or anything before, then you know you'll know that it's really not painful. But I know I was quite nervous because I wasn't sure what kind of pain to expect. They say sharp scratch. I wouldn't. It's not a scratch. It just generally does feel like someone's stabbing you in the arm, but it's very mild pain, and it lasts literally seconds. It'll feel slightly uncomfortable for about a minute. I do ask you if you feel if it feels uncomfortable, then you just tell them, and they'll sort of sort it out. And it's just taped your arm up to a tube, and your blood goes through. You just sit there squeezing this. Mine took, I don't know, about 10 minutes. It took longer last time, but it all depends on your blood flow. Depends who is with you. You may have a talkative doctor that asks you lots of questions that may run through it. The first time they do tend to run through the process and tell you what the machine's doing and how it all works, but it's basic stuff and you can listen. It's quite interesting. If you don't want to know, just say you don't want to know, and it's no problem. They're really friendly people because they have to be, you know, and they'll just talk to you, just ask you questions, just to take your mind off it. If you are nervous, if you're scared of needles, then they will respect that and they will try and like keep your mind off the fact that you have a needle in your arm. I'm not afraid of needles, so it wasn't a problem for me, but you'll tend to have someone who will ask you questions and talk and run you through it, and if you have any questions, just ask. It's really a simple process. After your blood's done, they'll just pop out the needle. That's probably the most painful part, is when they actually remove the needle. But again, it hurts for about 30 seconds as they just pull it out, and then you'll apply a pressure bandage thing. They'll wrap it around your arm, and you're away to go. You have to keep this on for a couple of hours just because it does kind of bleed a little bit. Not much, I'd show you, but that's too graphic. But it doesn't hurt now. Tomorrow there may be some slight bruising and it'll ache. Just a word of warning, when you do stand up after laying down and giving blood, be careful because you may feel slightly lightheaded. Don't worry, this will pass. It lasts literally like a couple minutes and you're just fine. I know I get a bit lightheaded, but it's okay. You then have to go and lay down and rest anyway for 5 minutes. And I think it's 10 the first time you go. I think it's 5 for me. Once you've got up and you've been in the process all through, you can go and have there's free tea and coffees and squashes, biscuits and stuff. On your first time, they don't allow you to have hot drinks. I'm not sure why, but they'll be squash there and there'll be biscuits, and then just to get your sugar level up, just so that you don't feel lightheaded anymore, so you don't pass out, just so get your sugar levels up, because obviously your blood balance will be different and your body will be a bit wondering what's going on, but it's nothing major. Honestly, it's not. So, you know, that's what to expect. If you do have any questions, leave them down below. You do have to be 17 to donate blood, and you can donate blood between the ages of 17 and 66 for your first time donation. Other than that, it's all whether or not you've like had any diseases and stuff, but you'll know if you have any diseases, and you'll probably know whether or not you are eligible to donate the blood. But other than that, there should be no problem. It's really, really easy, really simple. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Hopefully I've covered everything. I think I've run you step through step, but yeah, I shall speak to you all soon. Bye.